only commercial traffic and essential workers are passing through the Canadian-U.S. border. And Prime Minister Justin Trudeau says Canada is in no rush to reopen to the States.
It's been a bit tough trying to adjust to this reality of having a whole half of my life cut off from me.
News 1130 reporter Peter Wagner has been working from home for the last few days, but for him, home is in the U.S. Peter has dual citizenship and would normally commute from his home in Washington State to the radio station in Vancouver. And now Peter, like so many others, is anxiously waiting to see when he will be able to cross the border once again.
It's right there. I could be in Vancouver in an hour. It's so close. I can almost see it from where I am. And I can't get close enough to get there.
What does Canada need to see on both sides of the border?
With regards to reopening up the borders,
is there a time period as to how much longer we expect that to be closed?
Trudeau was asked a number of times what the future of the Canadian and U.S. border will look like. The current agreement between the two countries to stop all non-essential travel expires May 21st.
Preventing transmission from outside of Canada into Canada once we have controlled the spread within Canada will be an essential part of ensuring that we don't fall back into a second wave that could be as serious as this wave we're going through, or even more so. So we're going to be very, very careful about reopening any international travel, including the United States.
Reopening the border would be a serious blow to British Columbians. That coming from the province, as there is still no clear answer on the future of the Canada-U.S. agreement from the federal government.
But it would be absolutely unacceptable, after the enormous sacrifice people in BC have been placed, to take this risk right now.
BC's Health Minister Adrian Dix and Provincial Health Officer Dr. Bonnie Henry responded to questions about the border Tuesday. Dr. Henry addressed whether the 14-day isolation requirement for those entering Canada from the States would be lifted in the near future.
I do not foresee lifting those restrictions on self-isolation. We need to go through this next phase. We need to look at where we are come, the end of June into the summer, and see what measures can be put in place.
I think the calculus for opening the border back up with America specifically will be much more complicated, because not only does the Canadian federal government have to factor in what is the federal level response here, they have to factor in what are 50 individual states' responses. And it's not just border states. It's going to be states that are far away from the Canadian border. It's going to be Florida. That's going to be something that Canadian authorities are going to have to be looking at when they say, are we ready to throw open the floodgates again?
In Surrey, Ashley Burr, City News.